It's getting down to the wire as Murphy and Jess get arrested, Nia gets released, and we finally find out who didn't kill Tyson. You guys, the puzzle pieces are coming together. We're talking about it starting right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, AfterBuzzers? Thank you again for joining us on this after show of In the Dark. I am so happy to be here with you guys, along with my amazing panel.
Hi. Hey guys. We're so excited to be here.
This was a great episode. I was so excited
yeah.
about it. I'm your host, bennyjadams, and to my left, I have Miss Bethanie. She is a lover of all drama.
Mistress of mystery.
Yes. And then I have Miss Missy, who also has done so many after shows with drama. So this is the perfect fit for her.
Yeah, hey guys.
And we have someone new on our panel.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be
We
here.
are so stoked to have you because you complete our group. So this is so cool.
I love it. I love the energy.
This is Carla, everyone.
Hi.
And you can also catch her on What If and Siren.
Make sure to give those a watch. They're amazing.
And so this is the perfect spot for her because those are also two amazing drama shows.
Yes,
so
they are.
Welcome, and we
Thank
can't
you.
wait to hear your thoughts about the show.
Thank you.
But overall, what did you guys think about this show?
They were playing with our emotions from the beginning. First, they end the episode off with a gunshot. Is it Max? Is it the other guy?
Oh my gosh.
And then they start off the episode with another gunshot, and then Pretzel goes missing for a little bit. I'm like, no, not the dog. Please, not the dog.
Yeah.
And then he shows up, so I was so happy.
And I was telling you guys while we were watching, we still don't know what that gunshot was about since she came across the hunting sign. So it could have been just a hunting gun.
Well, I like what Benny said in the beginning. All the puzzle pieces are coming together. Now things are finally making sense.
Yeah.
And they did left us off with the whole Darnell situation.
Right.
But, finally things are starting to come together. Like, okay, like now all the puzzle pieces.
We don't know what's happened to the hitman, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if Max killed him?
And see that.
What if that gunshot was
That's
Max shooting him back? Shot him back.
It's definitely getting juicy, but I wanted to start out with Murphy's journey trying to find Max and trying to find out what happened to him. And we start out with where we were left off in the last episode, with her in the boat, and I was feeling for her like no other. She had no idea where she was. She was struggling to get out of the boat. She was struggling, when she got out of the boat, trying to find out where she was. And I'm just like to myself, I'm not blind. And if I was in that situation, I wouldn't know what to do.
Scared to death.
She's blind.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't even think about how she's gonna like deal with all this. What did you guys think about all that craziness?
I think it's like a testament to her instincts. Like, even though she's blind, maybe she's a little afraid, but you can't even really sense that. She just has such good survival skills, and her main, like, even when she ran into the sign, it wasn't a road sign.
Right.
But her immediate instinct was, let's get to a road. Then from there, I'll take the next step. And, like, she always finds a way no matter what, and she's just so ballsy, to say the least.
I agree with Carla, because she's very resilient. She just goes, she's like, okay, I'm very independent. We saw that in the beginning of the whole series. She's very independent. And I love that she just was like, okay, me and Pretzel, we're a team. We're gonna find a way out. That was really good.
What about you, Bethany?
I was so scared for her.
Yeah.
I mean, and I, like you guys said, I just spend the whole time thinking about, like, I'd be so frightened with my vision, let alone without. But I just think it's so interesting she never cries. Like, she's been in so many situations that, like, any normal person would cry. They would just feel so much despair and defeat and being blind, and, like, she's just so tough.
I agree.
I agree with that. And something I really loved Pretzel in
Pretzel
this
just makes
episode.
every episode amazing.
I loved Pretzel in this episode because he really stepped up like no other. And you see, like, this is what a guide dog does, even though I know the dog in real life isn't a guide dog, but you could really tell, like, this is what happens when someone who is visually impaired goes through that situation. And I don't know about you guys, but when you heard that gunshot, what did you guys think? Because I thought it was Pretzel. Like, literally, like, when I heard that, and I didn't see Pretzel. I had to like cover my face.
That's what
I was like,
afraid
no,
of.
like don't let this happen.
I was like, without Pretzel, she's done.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Yeah.
not surviving this. That literally is her vision.
Right.
So if Pretzel would have died, I knew it was very unlikely that Murphy was going to end up okay in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I thought actually it was like, I really did think Pretzel got shot. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a moment I was like, oh no, but I'm so happy he's alive and well.
Me too. We all thought the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pretzel gets he gets the MVP.
And
for
I
me.
love that she said to him, like, this isn't the best gig you could have signed up for, basically. I don't want to misquote her, but I was just like, yeah, no joke.
Yeah, she's like, you could be out chasing squirrels and licking your butt or something
Yeah.
like that.
Right. That was
For real.
awesome.
And
That was
here he is
awesome.
preventing gunshots from like hunters.
And
Yeah.
he's just like trying to console her, looking her face when they're in like this scary
so
situation.
sweet.
You know, that's what they do. Like they try to make them feel better. So,
And then in the final scene when he crawls in bed with her, it's like Pretzel's
yeah.
really ultimately
adorable.
all she truly, truly has.
But I felt in that moment, like Pretzel looked scared too when he was
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
the gunshots. Because like he's a dog and they have sensitive hearing. So I was
Right.
like, oh, he's probably terrified.
He's terrified. Yeah. So kudos to Pretzel. But so Murphy gets picked up in a bus
So
full
funny.
of I want to say it was a Catholic
Yes.
bus,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That was
So
hysterical.
That was hilarious. Fast forward, they find out that, or Murphy finds out that Max is alive and that he might be hiding out in Peoria. So Jess, they all take a road trip. Jess and Murphy take a road trip. They meet his ex. What did you guys think about his ex?
Wow, Jenny, she wasn't as nice as I thought she was gonna
Yeah.
be.
Tough
She
to
was-
love.
Yeah, definitely like a little cold-hearted on the side, but I felt like she just been through a lot with Max. Like that's the feeling I got from her.
And I'm curious to know, did any of you guys get the impression that they could have actually like hooked up?
Yeah,
I thought that immediately. I was like, well, she's hot, you know? How are you just going to
Yeah.
come over, spend the night, and we're just going to stare at each other? Like, no, you
Yeah.
have history, something.
I don't think they did personally, but
Yeah.
I think they wanted to kind of make that vaguely implied just to keep us
Yeah.
all on our toes.
or like insinuated that
Yeah.
something could have happened.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
What?
I
You
don't
think
think
they
no, I don't think they would have hooked up. They just came out of this crazy situation where this guy is trying to kill him, and you know he leaves Murphy behind. He has no idea what's happened to her. I think that's the last thing that's on his mind.
But do you
is-
think in his hometown he has to know 1,000 people? Why the
Exactly.
ex-girlfriend?
because that's someone he can trust, and that's something I
True.
wanted to get into because with his ex-girlfriend, she reminds me a lot of Murphy.
100%.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very sarcastic, very rude,
Dry, cold. rude.
Yeah.
Even physically, they look alike.
They look
resemble each other a lot.
exactly alike.
Little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
And so I think
I mean, Murphy's prettier.
so I think that there is just like this trust that he has in her, just like there's this trust that he has in Murphy. But I don't think there is any type of hookup.
Like sexual relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. But I do think they wanted to kind of keep everyone wondering.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think even you can see Murphy getting a little bit jealous, being like, "Oh, he went
Yeah.
to his ex." Like I think they did it on purpose for
Which
sure.
is good for
Right.
her. Murphy needs to get jealous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally loved how she went to the ex and then learned in a matter of minutes so much more about Max than she
Yeah.
ever learned in months. I was like, that's a testament to how bad you are to the people that love you.
Yeah.
Because she does the same thing with Jessica. She does it with everybody. Like people just want to be close to her, and she insists on pushing everybody away. It's like start being a little nicer, please.
That's very true. And one thing that she said about his ex-girlfriend, she said a lot of things about his ex-girlfriend, called her a lot of names. Basically, she didn't like her. And I was saying to myself, she's exactly like you. So are you kind of saying you don't really like yourself? Because she has to see it. She has to see that they're
gonna
both
hate her.
alike.
Yeah, she has to feel the vibe that she was getting from her, and like I feel like in the bar when they were sitting down together, that's when she was saying a lot of negative things about Jenny, but I think that's when Jess realized who Murphy is when she saw Jenny. You know, she saw the person.
It's a mirror image.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And she didn't like what she saw, so
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
what she saw, so
Right,
to
right.
speak.
And before, I wanted to go back a little bit when they're in the stolen vehicle, that they take from Felix, Jess says something to Murphy where she says, you know, we don't really talk anymore, we don't hang out anymore. Do you guys think this Murphy has an excuse to not be there for Jess since she's dealing with all this other stuff?
I think she's just full of excuses, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she constantly is making, like, little jabs at how she's blind. I feel like she does it to make other people feel bad, but it's like, okay, we get it, and we're still here to help. I feel like she makes excuses for herself, and it's like, okay, just because you're in a not-so-great situation doesn't give you a reason to be a shitty person.
Right.
I agree. She uses her disability. She manipulates people to get what she wants.
Right.
And it happens in all the episodes. And she does it to Jess the most, and it's really sad.
Right.
I just think how much she has going on is irrelevant.
Yeah.
I don't think she invests in people.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I agree.
Even if she wasn't in crisis.
Right.
Yeah.
She would probably be there for her.
I don't think the stuff that's going on in her life is irrelevant, but I do think that she needs to learn how to treat people better. Yeah, her best friend was murdered. She's trying to figure out who did it because she knows something fishy is going on. But at the same time, you know, she has a great support system, and they've all been there for her. So in my opinion, she needs to realize that these people are here for her and they're trying to help her, but instead she's pushing them away, and all of her focus is just going on to this case, which leads me to her and Jess. They get arrested right after they find Max, and in prison, Jess just finally says, you know, I think you're an addict, and we think it's towards alcohol, but we find out it's towards the case. And so Jess just completely says, you know, I need to let this go. I can't be involved in this anymore. Do you think that's fair of Jess to do that, knowing what Murphy's going through?
100%.
Yes.
At what cost are you going to find out who Tyson's killer is? She's either going to end up dead or losing
Like
everybody.
she said, yeah.
Is that really worth it? Like, I get you want justice, but sometimes I feel like sometimes closure isn't a real thing. Like, you just have to find it within yourself no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And the case is very toxic. Like, a lot of like other issues happen when she's trying to figure out what happened to Tyson. She should just let them, you know, like DaIn and Jules to figure it out.
Right. What about you, Bethanie?
I think so much about that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to actually pass because I have too much to say.
Yeah, I
agree.
Jess has been through so much ever since this whole case has started, and she's been there for Murphy through thick and thin. She's witnessed a murder, or not a murder, but someone die right in front of her eyes when that guy got ran over by the car.
She's been like so unfairly drug into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like pushed her life so far beyond
She
any
almost went to jail.
normal
Yeah.
sin. She did go to jail.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
when they took her in for hearing, when the guy got
Questioning.
Wesley,
Right.
She could. Yes, exactly.
And I think when she actually did go to jail, that was the tipping point for her. She was like, I cannot do this
And
anymore.
who wouldn't though?
Right,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? Like she really hit the nail on the head when she said, "I've enabled you for so long."
Yes.
I mean, she really has been her enabler.
But it
It's
kind
been
of
a very unbalanced
It
friendship.
kind of shadowed everything because she enables her with everything, not just the case, with her drinking and just like with, you know, her day-to-day tasks. Like, she's kind of just enabling her behavior.
Right.
Kind of why she's a toxic person.
And in a way, this wasn't just being mean. This was just looking out for herself because she sees what this is doing to her life. But also, in a way, she's kind of being still a good friend to Murphy because she's treating this like an alcoholic situation. And you just have to, when you see things are going downward and they're not getting better, you have to cut it off.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I'm very interested in seeing like how their friendship can come back.
And I think of
After
all the
this.
people in the world that could get through to Murphy, I think Jess is the one. So
Right.
I think it's really going to be a pinnacle point in her character development
Right.
and her just self-awareness.
Yeah,
of
and
how
I
she
also think
treats
it's a good
people.
lesson, like self-awareness,
Yes.
knowing to be, you
Like
know,
if it was anyone else, I think Murphy would just be like, fine, bye. You
Yeah.
know, but the fact that it's Jess and she depends on Jess so much, way more than a normal friendship,
Yeah.
way more than a normal roommate situation. I think it's going to be probably the awakening she really needs.
Right, and Jess is always there for her.
Yes.
Through
Always.
thick and thin, so it's going to be very different this time around. But before we move on, we have a special announcement from Missy.
Guys, get excited. We have such a special announcement. So we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk for us to continue to grow. We need your help, so make sure to subscribe on YouTube, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. Thank you so much for supporting us, guys, and continue to watch all our after shows, and especially In the Dark.
Thanks, Missy.
Yeah, no
Amazing as
problem.
always.
Yes, thanks, guys.
All right, so moving on to Jules. This is the most we've seen of Jules in an episode, and we find out that she gets kicked off the case for what she did, and our predictions came through from it was a last episode or a couple episodes ago, where we're saying that, you know, she needs to get away from all this because she's gonna end up losing her job, and is it worth losing her job? And she didn't lose her job, but close to it. How do you think she's handling this situation?
Well,
Do you think?
I thought it was really interesting that she tried to save him by arresting him, and then that's actually what's burying him.
Right.
You know,
She knows she messed up.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
that
now
was
she's
an
trying to
interesting
fix
plot
it.
twist.
Yeah, now she's trying to fix what she messed up on, like, you know, arresting Darnell. But I feel like now she's trying to, like, you know, overstep the detective, and
Right.
she's totally over her.
Yeah.
So I think at this point she's just trying to, like, make everything right because she, you know, make things better.
I just think all her prior choices are finally catching up with her.
Yeah.
And it's both on Darnell and Jules' end, because Darnell in that world isn't supposed to be messing with the cop. Like, that has punishments
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
And now she's going to lose an entire career. And what are you going to do next? And so she needs to be really careful with her next moves, because even now I think she's being a little sloppy.
Do you think it was smart of her to confide in DaIn and just let him know about everything?
That's a hard one. I don't know, because DaIn seems so, like, sincere and so nice and genuine, but then he can also cross on her and then tell everyone.
Right.
So that's just, I don't know. That's hard to.
I think I would have done the same thing
Yeah.
if I was her. I mean, she has to go to someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of.
And
But she,
his-
like, confessed, though, like, his alibi.
Yeah.
But his reaction was sweet. I mean, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can
I
tell
know.
he's on
the
her side.
sweetest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the sweetest character.
Yeah, and
That's why. Are you still pulling him for him?
You know, it's fun. Like I said, every single episode, I'm different. So this episode, I was all for Max and Murphy. So I don't know. We'll see. But going back to DaIn knowing, like, the truth about Jules, you know, I can only imagine what that's like for her to keep such a huge secret. So I'm sure when she told DaIn, it was just like a weight was lifted off her shoulders.
But she
And-
put it on his now.
Yes.
Right.
It's
exactly.
like, it's interesting. We're watching the circle of people involved just growing and
Mm-hmm.
growing and growing. Like, remember when we were shocked because Jess is involved, and now
Right.
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh, so many people
And
are
Bethany, that's
tied into this now.
that's a really good point that you brought up, and that leads me to a question: like, do you think it's fair that Jules did that to DaIn, to give him that information?
Yeah, she
and
put him
she's
in a bad
expecting
position.
him to keep it a secret. Like, do you think that's fair?
I mean, honestly, no. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done the same thing. Though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure she felt like she had to tell him, but at the same time, it is really unfair to put that on him.
Right.
She needs someone on her side, and I think that's the closest person, or someone that I think is not going to turn on her. But, like, again, it's not fair at all.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
this could really come back on him. Now he's withholding information.
Now he could
Right.
lose his job too.
Right. Exactly.
Everyone's going to lose their
Exactly.
job.
Everyone's in danger. of losing
Everyone's
their jobs.
unemployed.
Right.
Everyone's unemployed.
So Jules, she does some detective work, some sneaky detective work, and she finds out something interesting. She starts to believe that the police are framing Darnell with, they said it was dental floss.
Yeah.
So this leads her on to just a whole new journey. She's trying to tell the other detective. The other detective isn't listening. Do you think she's going about it the right way by just going rogue and trying to do this on her own?
I think she should get all her, like, pieces together before she tells Detective Barnes about, like, you know, he's someone setting him up. I think she should like figure it out first, and then she should go to DaIn and everyone else and say, this is the case.
Especially because it could be Barnes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
she
I
might be
didn't think about
confronting
that.
her,
Yeah.
and she might be the one behind
That would
it.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe Barnes is working for Nia. Because Nia's
Dun,
scary.
dun, dun.
And
That's not to jump ahead.
Yeah.
predictions.
Yeah.
That would be insane. But so after that, we find out this huge bombshell that I'm blanking on his name. The person who they think shot
Wesley.
They find out that Wesley found the gun after Tyson was shot. So Wesley couldn't have shot him. So now it's a question answered, but now we're open to a whole variety of questions because we still don't know who killed Tyson.
And who planted the gun behind
Right.
the dumpster or under the dumpster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about all that? Like how they're dealing with the case and
I just think there's really no answers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you keep getting some answers, but then those answers aren't even answers.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think Darnell still might have something to do with it, to be honest.
we didn't
I've
even
always
see
thought
Darnell
he
in this
might. Yeah.
episode. I just realized
It was
that.
just like the video playback that we saw him in the history.
I mean, it's possible that I don't know if I hate not knowing the name of a character. The hitman.
yeah, they don't
I
have.
don't think they
It's-
mentioned his
it's
name.
Yeah, they didn't
possible-
mention his name.
It's possible he killed Tyson.
Yeah.
True.
It literally could be
Possible
anyone.
Nia sent him to kill him,
Yeah,
and maybe he's framing whoever else. I don't know.
that's.
It's a big web. We need answers.
Yeah.
I
Two
don't
more
know.
episodes.
We'll have to wait and see. But moving on to a little lighter note, Felix,
Oh, I love him.
poor guy.
I know.
Yeah,
He's my favorite character.
amazing. But he's trying so hard to just do his own thing and to prove to everyone that he is important in in this world that they live in. But his mom does not really see this whole owning this the company working out. So she hires an investigator to look over everything, and nothing is going his way. Murphy and Jess, they steal the car. A detective comes looking for Murphy while he's there with him. What do you guys think about how everything is happening to Felix and just how everything was just going downhill?
I just feel bad for him.
Me too. He
needs to-
tries hard.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to play something off. I feel
Right.
like he's so bad at lying. Just lie. He's like, oh, not supposed to be taking that car. Just
Right.
make something up. They're going to go pick some. I don't know.
Right,
yeah.
Like
right.
go pick up some dogs or something. I don't know.
Right.
He does it to himself. But he's so innocent. Like, it's in the most pure way. But it's
Uh-huh.
like, oh my God, he's a mess.
My favorite part was when he's picking up the dogs and
The garbage bag?
yeah.
Oh
And so
my
the lady's
gosh.
like, so there isn't a van, and he says, oh yeah, but it was stolen, blah blah blah. And he opens the trunk, a bunch of trash bags, and the lady's like, you know what, it's not gonna happen. I felt so bad for him.
I know.
too.
But was anyone else surprised that he straight up called the police on the girls and were like, it's stolen, arrest him?
Right.
I was surprised. I was like, dang.
And see, that brings me
Felix is
back.
playing hardball.
Right. That brings me back to like how Jess treats her friends. And Jess and Felix, they're not close to like how close her and Murphy is.
They're close enough to not arrest each other. though,
Right.
I would
Right.
think.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even arrest you guys.
I wasn't shocked that he called the cops on Murphy, but I was shocked that he called the cops on Jess. What did you guys think about that? Were you surprised?
Yeah.
Especially considering the moment they shared
Yeah, but
last
maybe
week.
he's fed up with her too, because maybe like he feels some type of way about the previous episode, But we don't know if he actually did call the cops on them though.
Well, he reported the van missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
knew who had it.
And he
Okay.
dropped the
And then
charges.
I'm
which,
sure he imagined there was repercussions for being caught with a
Well, he
stolen
dropped the
vehicle.
charges at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they still got arrested.
I think he's still on board. I think he's on board with Jess as well,
Mhm.
along with her being an enabler. I think he
Right.
sees that. So I think in order to get Murphy, you have to get Jessica.
Yeah,
Right.
you
They go
gotta have
hand
her
in
see
hand.
it too.
Right. Do you? I would have thought that Jess would have been a little bit more mad
Yeah.
about this. Like, she was thrown in jail
She's
by
hanging at
him.
the
This
house.
was his fault.
She's like, you have Prosecco? Awesome. No
But
big
she
deal.
was cool
I've
about
had a rough
it.
day.
Yeah, they were just hanging out in the apartment. Like, do you think her reaction was normal, or would you would have been more upset?
Yes, I would have been very upset. I mean, you would have to take full responsibility, though. You can't steal a vehicle and then be like, how dare you report your vehicle missing?
But I wouldn't be at his house like, oh, we're friends now. Like,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was very bizarre.
Give him the cold shoulder or something, you
But
know?
then she couldn't go back to Murphy's at their apartment because she just said, I don't want to be your
That's
friend
right.
again.
So where is she going to go?
I mean, how could she really be mad at him when he lost his company and trust over what she did? I feel like she knew she was wrong.
Yeah.
So she really couldn't point fingers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like Felix has been a way better friend to her than Murphy has.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
feel
Oh,
like that
he
has
has.
been
Hands
her
down.
eye-opener. So I feel like
Definitely.
that's her friend now, her best friend.
Mm-hmm. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see like how their relationship develops. And we also know that he's in danger. It wasn't really clear if he lost the company or he's just assuming. that
Yeah,
he
I think
lost it.
he's assuming.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting
I
to
don't
see.
think he will, though. What do you guys think?
I kind of.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think his mom's gonna give him a second chance.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see him get cut off. It would suck though because we just learned that he has all this money, so that storyline just goes away.
Yeah, that would be weird if they just
Yeah.
cut him off.
It'll be
Parents
interesting.
always give second chances. They're the best.
Yeah. And so let's go to our last part, the bombshell of everything, where it's a little teaser for us when we see that Nia gets out of jail. That scared me like no other. Like, that woman is terrifying to me. And the actor who plays her does such a good job. What do you guys think about her getting out of jail? How did she get out of
I'm
jail?
scared.
First off,
I'm scared. I'm going to sleep with one eye open.
Right.
Now that I know he's out in the world. She's frightening.
I think she got out because they pinned the murder on Darnell.
that's right.
So that's how she got out, and then
Well, I think she made a deal.
yeah, she made a deal too. But I definitely feel like she's going to be a problem in the next couple episodes for sure.
She was in jail long before Tyson was
I
killed.
think not having Max is what got her out. Because that was their
yeah.
that was their witness.
Right.
That was he was the informant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what if Nia was the one who got the cops to frame Darnell, and so that's why
That's
she
my
was able to
prediction.
go out? I am so sorry. They just came up to me.
That's my prediction.
All right, so we're gonna go to our first special segment, our top 3. This time it's gonna be our top 3 shocking moments of this episode.
All right, top 3 shocking moments. We've unanimously decided there were too many shocking moments. We've already discussed a lot of them. But we will say the most shocking is Jess breaking up with Murphy. That was pretty shocking.
That was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Didn't
Jess-
see that coming.
Yeah.
It had to happen though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It was shocking. And on this side note, it was so weird seeing Murphy come home to the empty place. And then I started thinking weird blind things like, why does she turn the lights on? She's home alone. I don't know why I think these things. Anyways, second shocking moment, Jules confesses to DaIn. That
Yes.
was very shocking. And also Nia being released, which we've discussed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens with Nia.
Me too.
Like, that's gonna be so insane and so crazy.
She was already scary and a boss behind bars.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yes,
out.
totally.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
gosh.
I'm so scared.
She's gonna be calling all the shots.
She's gonna be a
Nia.
force to be
Ooh.
reckoned with. But what's gonna be funny is, what if, like, in the end, she's just like the good guy out of all this?
I would
That
be
would be a
disappointed.
real
That
plot
would be
twist.
interesting. All right, so now let's move on to our news and gossip. Or before our news and gossip, let's go on to our other special segment, our In the Dark Moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our in the dark moments. I know this is not really significant, but when they are in the car driving to Max's ex-girlfriend's house, Jenny's house, she was eating that burger and it looks so perfect. It looks so good. I was like, where did she get this from? Like, I was just like so focused on the hamburger and it was like all in her face. I was like, why is this like the most perfect burger? Like, I was just like so like distracted from like the conversation. I was like, It was very insignificant, but I noticed it. So that was my special in the dark moment.
That's funny. That's awesome.
You really must like mayo. That was a lot. I was
That was a
stressed
lot of
out
mayo,
about the
yeah.
mayo. Don't come
I
near
was
me
having
with
an
that.
opposite response. I was
No,
like,
it
her
looked
burger's
so good.
grossing me out.
She was eating it
Same.
really gross, but like,
But don't you love that she does that?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a testament.
but the lettuce
to
looked
how
like
talented
perfect.
she
It
is.
looked, I don't know. It looked like neatly placed. I don't know. Besides the mayo was a lot, but
She loves mayo.
It was aggressive.
Yeah,
it's an
very much
aggressive
so.
mayo sandwich.
What about you? What was your in the dark moment?
I absolutely loved when Max comes into the bar and he's like, "Can I give you a hug?"
Yeah.
And
That was
she just
sweet.
melts like putty.
Yeah.
And you don't see that often. I feel like she loves him. She's just a hard ass. I'm just like, oh, just be nice to the boy, please.
I know.
Give him a chance.
That was my in the dark moment as well, and also when she said, "I just met him," and he said, "I'll never see you again." That kind of killed me.
Okay. Mine was Pretzel. Like I said, Pretzel was like the MVP of this episode. Yeah,
He's so
like
sweet.
how he was able to help her through all that craziness and still keep it cool, calm, and collected. You know, I thought that was pretty awesome.
He probably didn't know what his options were.
Right?
But
He's just like, I need to help. That's all I'm trying to do. I got to help her. And yeah, it worked out.
Sweet Pretzel.
All right, so now let's move on to our news and predictions. Or news. Not news and predictions,
Yeah.
but
That's okay, news and gossip. This is not gossip, folks. Firsthand. So this week, Benny and I went to go see closing night of Hamlet. I don't know if you guys caught up on this, but Brooke Markham, who plays Jess, has her own production company called Miss Mark Productions. We're pretty excited to see more of what she does, and she's totally into theater. And she put on this amazing production of Hamlet, and it was really cool. It was interactive, and the costumes were rad. It was kind of like
really
goth
good.
grunge. I actually met her friend that did all the wardrobe for it. She was really cool. It was just a really cool cast. And then what was really fun for us to watch was some of her castmates from In the Dark came for her final performance.
Yeah.
So Casey, who plays Max, came, and then Keston, who plays Darnell, came as well, and then so did Perry, who plays Murphy. And it was really fun because it was interactive, and at one point they just called separately Casey and Keston up and handed them Shakespeare scripts, and they recited Shakespeare as part of the thing, and it was really cool to watch.
I loved it. I loved seeing her play Hamlet, and it was
Fire, dude. She
was so
great
good,
with
and
live
it was-
theater. It was a totally
so-
different style.
Yeah.
Style. It was really cool to see her in that.
And it
way.
was so cool to just see that different take.
And it
on
was my favorite, and I told her this, it was my favorite version of any Shakespeare of anything I've ever seen.
Wow.
It was just done really well. It was really passionate and raw, and it had really great, just kind of like natural flow. I don't know. It was really cool.
Yeah, so definitely want to see more of Brooke because
Yeah,
she is
yay,
an
Brooke.
amazing actor. I definitely can't wait to see, what else she has planned after this. But let's go on to our predictions. Our favorite part.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
So I think this is super random. I know DaIn wasn't really a part of this episode, but I am convinced that him and Murphy are going to hook up.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
sure.
Because the little girl keeps bringing it up randomly. I'm like, okay, where is this storyline going? They're going to hook up. And, I mean, it'd be interesting if they had a relationship. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I think it's going to happen.
Okay, that leads me to one quick question. What do you think about Murphy and DaIn?
I think he has the biggest crush on her. And I think she secretly, thinks about him here and there
Do you
kind of
like
thing.
it? Are you for it?
No, I think it's weird. I think it's so they're not each other's type.
I thought I had someone on my side.
I feel like she would boss him around, run all over him, be like, okay, but I feel like she has a really sweet relationship with her daughter, so maybe that's their common ground.
Okay.
But I'm not for it.
Okay.
Even seeing them hook up would probably make you uncomfortable.
Right,
It's more like a dysfunctional, big brother, big sister
Yeah,
program
I agree.
relationship.
Yeah.
For sure. I could see them getting drunk and hooking up or something.
Right.
It'd be hard to watch, though.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. No.
Kind of like Felix and Jess. That was a little different.
Well, I was actually so in the very first episode, at the end, I said to, at the time, Chef Beans was on our panel, and I said off air, I know Jess's character is a lesbian, but I just have a feeling her and Felix are going to hook up.
She called
it.
it.
I received so much satisfaction when that came to pass. I'm like, I knew it.
I thought it was going to go all the way. I was like, she may be bi. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that last episode. So my prediction, I think Detective Barnes, we already kind of touched on this a little bit, but I think she's behind the whole thing. I think she's the one that's setting up Darnell. I think she's the one, that's why she got mad at Jules, because she was like, he's being set up. I think she's like BFF with Nia. She helped her get out of jail. Like, I feel like she's going to, you know, surprise everyone and just be like, oh, I'm the drug lord of, like, the town or whatever. I really think that's going to happen.
That is totally my prediction.
Yeah.
I just think Nia made a deal with Barnes, and it involved framing Darnell.
Yes.
And that's how she got out.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like Barnes. Do you guys like her?
No.
She's not very likable.
Yeah.
But I guess she has to be tough, though, because she is a detective and she has to put... in that type of environment, she has to put her work first.
Yeah, she plays dirty, though. Because that's how she found Murphy. She, like, she got the tracker on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and paid that guy. And I was like, this is weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
She got a tracker on
She,
Murphy?
like, went to the guy and paid him, like, oh, this is where she's located. And then that's when she went to the bar.
They tracked her phone.
Yeah.
And
In
that's
this episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez, where was I? I didn't catch that. So I was going somewhere else in my mind. I was like, oh, did Murphy tell Barnes where Max was for his safety?
No,
So
because
when she came, that's what I thought maybe was happening.
she came right after Murphy got arrested. And then Max left. Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is shady cop work.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that it's going to be an intense meetup when Nia meets Murphy.
Oh my God, yes.
And it can go
Scared.
either way. I just have a weird feeling that Nia isn't as bad as we think. And Nia isn't going to be a threat to Murphy. Instead, I think somehow Nia is going to help Murphy. I don't know how, but I have a feeling that that's how it's going to play out.
I'm shocked. I feel like she's going to manipulate Murphy.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah. I would go with
know.
that.
We'll have to wait and see,
I
but...
mean, she's going to threaten her. We know that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, why
See.
else would she be meeting up with her?
Yeah? Or to help her out. I have no idea.
I mean, she's ultimately who's the mastermind behind Tyson's death.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's to threaten her. Wouldn't
That's
you
true.
think?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Or the hitman killed Tyson. You said that earlier, too.
Yeah. Hey, can I take it back? That's my prediction.
I don't think
He might have.
I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying,
I don't think he's involved. I think he's too much of a minimal character in the show. You know, we
True.
don't even know his name.
Maybe we shouldn't know his
He's
name.
a pretty important character, though.
You think
Like,
so?
he's the guy that does her dirty work, that gets rid of people.
Right, but he's only been featured in one episode, though.
That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. His presence is a big deal.
Do we even know what
Those-
Nia got charged with to begin with?
No.
remember that.
It never says.
That's what I'm curious
Yeah.
about, because I have a feeling that for some reason she found out Tyson was kind of like wishy-washy about still wanting to be a part of like the whole selling, and then that's why she had him killed. But why was she in there? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we'll find
I
out.
think ultimately drugs, but who knows?
But why are you able to just walk out of that? Like, how light was the evidence they had? I don't know. We need to know that part.
See, that's
Yeah.
why I think she did something with Darnell. Like, she was behind Darnell getting framed, because I think him getting framed was able to get her out of jail.
Maybe she
Yeah.
used their conversations that they had when he would visit her. But they was mostly in person, so never mind.
Yeah.
They were on the phone.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you guys again for joining us. So much fun talking to you about another episode of In the Dark. I'm your host, Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at bennyjadams.
I'm Bethanie Jean. You can find me on Instagram at bethaniejeanofficial.
Hey guys, I'm Missy Vernier. You can follow me on all platforms at Missy Vernier.
And I'm Carla Contreras, and you can find me on Instagram at Carla L. Contreras and Twitter at Carla_C.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.